I finally got a day off work and it stopped raining for a bit. Got out at lunchtime today. I'm back in the wooded valley, which appears in my last video. Haven't found much here, but I do know quarter of a mile from here there was a Roman road. That Roman road was basically marked on a map and investigated by a man called Ivan Marjorie between the wars. He was quite a prolific Roman road researcher, ex-World War I veteran, and some work has been done more recently to try and trace the course of that road. Anyway, the upper tributaries of the Weald, like as is the case with this river here, were iron producing areas in the Roman and the Iron Age before that. So the Romans basically came in and took over the operation and augmented it. But I haven't found any what's called slag, which is the waste product, which I was hoping to find in that track, which basically is the crossing at this ford here behind me, so where that tree lies there, because I had a lot of iron signal all the way up that track, but it seems that it's more likely to be just iron, natural iron from the water runoff. Anyway, I'm going to the other side of the wood today, and I'm going to be going up the slopes on the eastern side of this wood and see what we can find there. I've got a few hours before it gets dark, so we'll press on. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you at the first hole. Here I am walking up the track marked on that 1801 map to the will be the eastern side of the wood, so in a southeasterly direction. You can see the indent in the wood there, I assume, which I've detected. But not extensively. Right, here we are at the top of that track, and I've got a signal here. I just turned the Bluetooth off. Hopefully you can see. 13, probably a shotgun cartridge. This wood is literally littered with those things. Alright, I'll come back. Right, my hole was massively oversized. It was in the sidewall, funny enough, just about 5 inches down, but it's a 10 pence piece, so it's always a good start to have a coin. It's decimal 10p. They turn that colour with age, unfortunately, when they've been in the ground. Alright, a few feet further up, got another signal. 12 in this case, so, and we don't need a pinpointer for this one. We can see it's a shotgun cartridge end. As I said in the previous video, you have to dig these things because they appear all over the scale, and the one that you don't dig could turn out to be interesting, like a coin or something. So we're at the southeast side of the wood, and there's the track there on the right. This one's a very faint signal, so I'm reckoning on either small or deep. It's showing 14. The depth gauge is showing max depth, but there's a little bit of iron in there. Could be both small and deep. So let's give it a dig. Well, I can't find it anywhere in this quite large hole, and I'm pressed for time again, as usual. So whatever it was quite small. If I had more time, I'd definitely spend half an hour searching for this, but I'm going to have to abort, unfortunately. There is, however, another signal a foot away from that. There's the first one. 6 or 7. So we'll see what that is anyway. despite not being able to find the first one. Hopefully we'll find this one. Ah. There it is it? What's that? Oh, shit. Right. It's a button. No, it's not. It's the end of a shotty. I've got one here which is a real pinger, but it's shallow. Or it's saying it's shallow. I think it's probably going to be something modern. It's certainly a small thing anyway, so it could be a coin. Give it a dig. So anyway, it's in the clod here. Can't be more than a couple of inches deep. Sorry, just move the camera a bit. So it's a ring pull or something. I thought it was going to be one of those. It's a modern pound coin, or let's say the old edition. Still can be traded at the bank though, so I'm a pound richer. Great. Probably from the 80s or something. Right, I got a 10 or a 12 here. I think that's going to be a shotty. I think. Right, that was a 12. It was about 7 inches deep, and it's here somewhere. Hopefully you can see. I think it's likely to be another shotgun cartridge end. What is it? I don't know what that is. Oh, unfortunately it's a piece of thick, it's like thick aluminium foil. What a shame. Okay, well on to the next anyway. 12 or 13. I don't think it's a coincidence that Minelab make shotgun cartridges 13 on the scale, or predominantly, but they can vary an awful lot. But we'll see. Lo and behold, very shallow, probably about 3 inches down, shotty. So there we go. I made it over to that eastern side of the wood. It's quite a steep bank. I've got a strong signal, but it's again shallow, unfortunately. Show you. 19. I think that's going to be a shotty. Yeah, sadly it was about 5 inches down, quite deep in the end. Deeper than I thought anyway, but it's a shotty. Well, this one was a weird one. It was right in the leaves. It wasn't, I didn't need to dig for it, but I don't know if it's which halfpenny it is, but it's a halfpenny. Right, looks like a early 1900s Edward VII halfpenny. So second coin anyway. Lots of shotgun cartridges, but at least a coin nevertheless. Right, I come out through the eastern side of the wood. I have permission to detect this area, by the way, and this is an area of pasture, so I'm expecting a lot of modern stuff to be down here, unfortunately, but I've got one here which is a clear 21, so probably a modern coin or a piece of rubbish. Well, whatever it is, part of it is in here anyway. 21, 22, but jumping. Got quite a lot of iron tone in there, so it's not very pure sound. What have we got? Oh, it's a piece of lead. Well, I don't know what that is. It's just a very smooth piece of lead. Right, it's a local high point, which is why basically it was suggested to me to come here. And the owner owns the wood as well, so my permission extends out to here. I've got, what is it? 15 to 18 there. Let's see what that turns out to be. Well, whatever it is, it's quite small. It's in one of these here. Came out of that hole about that far down. So, to see if it's in here. It's going to be something really microscopic, isn't it? I can't immediately see anything. So yeah, it must be seriously small. Strong signal though, which is interesting. It's a nail. That's just a tack or a nail or something of that ilk anyway. Alright, on to the next. Somewhat out of view, but about a quarter of a mile to the left of this picture and running down to that valley is the road that Margery describes in the 40s. We're nearly 300 feet here, so just giving you an idea, and it's looking south. I'm now in the bit that's adjoining that pasture that's newly planted. I don't know how old these trees are, but can't be more than about 15 years old. Got a signal here, so I'm hoping there aren't so many shotgun cartridge ends, but as there were in the older wood adjoining. But anyway, we've got this one. Actually, going off that one. Alright, well, funnily enough, I went back to curiosity, basically got the better of me on that one. And there's a piece of copper or brass, and it seems to have some sort of decoration on it, so that's quite exciting. I could be wrong, but I don't know. What do you think? It looks like it's got some naturalistic decoration. Might be wrong though. We'll see later on. I'm still near that high point. Excuse the noise of the wind, by the way. And signal here in the area of newly planted trees. 14 all the way round. About 3/4 on the depth, so. Right, sodding great big hole just for that, unfortunately. A ring pull. Oh well, such is life. Need to make sure the hole is properly filled and safe to walk across. That's essential if you're a responsible detectorist. So this one's quite a nice signal, but I don't know what to make of it really. 23, right by a root or the remains of a tree, so hopefully it won't take too long. That's interesting. The hole was completely off centre, and in fact it's in the side wall on this side. But I feel that it's something too large to be excited about. Don't know, it depends how deep it is. Hopefully we'll find it now. Right, it's got to be in the spoil, I think. It's got to be in the spoil. Right, let's try the spoil heap. Yeah, it's a very clear signal. Ah, there it is. Whatever that thing is. What on earth is that? Probably about 6 inches down anyway. Another sheet of copper. Has it got decoration? The last one seemed to have decoration. Not sure. Don't think it has. Well, we won't know till I've cleaned it up, but it looks fairly plain at the moment. Quite a wind today, but protected in these trees to an extent because they're new grown trees, and yeah, it's less dangerous than when you're in amongst older trees. Anyway, here I've got, what have I got? A fair bit of iron in the soil up here. Move my spade. 8 to 10. Try this way. 8 to 10. 60 or 70% on the depth. See what that is. Right, it wasn't too deep. What have we got? Apparently it's here somewhere. Oh, please, not a shotty. No, it's not a shotty. It's a spoon handle. What we got there? Don't know if that's old or not. But anyway, a spoon handle. I don't know if it's intentionally shaped like that, incidentally. I'll probably make this the last of the day, because I've basically got 2 days off together, so tomorrow I'll come out again. 5 or 6. It's right on the surface, so I'm not expecting miracles, but we shall see. Any fleck of modern aluminium, unfortunately. Sort of bottle lid or something. Right, so now that I'm out of that new plantation, back on the grass, I've got a signal. I'm going to do a couple more. It's lighter out here, obviously. Don't know if you can see that. It's 11. 60% depth. Well, that was a massive hole, for the sake of what looks like unfortunately, a modern 5p, I think. Can't tell at this stage. Let's just get the water on it. Yeah, I'm almost certain that's a 5p. Let's just have a look. Yeah, it's far too sort of manufactured to be old. Right, I said the one before the last was the last, but this is the last. I'm getting... Well, it's getting dark, basically, so just dig this and see what it produces, and then pack up. Not a very good tone, but 11. Repeatable, both axes. So we'll find out what this thing is, and then call it a day. Right, well, I thought for a moment it was a coin, but it's not. It's it's some sort of cover for something, I do believe. Don't know what that's made of. But anyway, yeah, that's it for today. I'll come back tomorrow because I've got one more day off. Hopefully we'll find some more interesting things. Alright, quite a brief detect. I had to wait for the rain to finish, more or less. I didn't have to do that, but I did. And it restricted it to 17 holes dug. So, starting on the right, we have a piece of lead, no discernible pattern or markings on it. 10p piece from the 90s, 5 shotgun cartridge ends, a tackle of some description, halfpenny, that's Edward VII, so about 1900, 1910-ish, ring pull, piece of undecorated copper, cover for looks like a modern button. Got a 5p piece from the 90s, a couple of bits of aluminium. And we've got this interesting spoon. It's got Madras written on it, and it's got a silver hallmark. So that's originally silver, in poor state of repair now, obviously. Spoon handle, or fork handle, obviously, it could be a fork handle. And then finally, this decorated piece here. The nearest thing that I could find is basically a pipe tamper from the 17th century, so Charles II. If you look at the image when I put it up in a moment, you'll see it clearly is a face with hair draped either side, and although it may be too thin to be a pipe tamper, it ties in with that. Charles II was the King of England between 1660 and 1685, so he oversaw a number of tumultuous events, including the Fire of London, the Great Plague. He's a very promiscuous character. He was married to the daughter of one of the Portuguese kings, but he had 14 illegitimate children. So I think that's an image of Charles II. So a very interesting object. Don't know what it is, but you can determine for yourself. Have a look at it when I put the image up in a mo. So that's a 17th century decorated piece, I do believe.